Hey, you're live.
I'm Tommy.
And I'm Philip. Welcome to RCX Unfiltered. Wow. You grew a lot of hair in a week.
It's all right here.
You made a bun. Made a bun. You made a bun, hon.
So in today's episode, we're going to be doing a live reading of A Whole New Ball Game, the story of the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League.
We are not. That is not what we're doing.
Why not?
We are waiting on Tommy, but we had some customers in the store, and so we're running a little bit late, and so Tommy's finishing up some stuff.
And I got reeled in.
And she got reeled in, so we can at least start.
You can talk without me sitting here.
Fine. I'm going to talk about some books. Are you going to talk about some books?
Sure.
What did you read? Let's see here.
None of those.
None of those?
None of
What
those.
did you read this week then?
Buzzing.
You should go get it really quick. It should be right there in that stack.
But Tommy wants to talk about it.
No, Tommy didn't read it.
Oh.
Tommy did not get a chance to read it, so you could talk about your book this week.
My pick of the week.
Right.
We're intertangled. We're tangled.
It happens. There. Is that better?
Buzzing. Is it really backwards?
I don't know.
No, it's the right way.
Yeah, it seems backwards to us, but it's a mirror to us. We see everything backwards. They do not.
Okay. Buzzing is a middle grade graphic novel by Samuel Satin and Rye Hickman. And it is about Isaac. He has OCD. And his intrusive thoughts are shown with bees all around his head. And he starts playing role-playing games to cope with his OCD. And it's amazing.
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 I've made it about a quarter of the way through, I think. But then it was late at night. I fell asleep, so I'm probably going to have to start over.
I'm predicting it to be top 5 of the year.
Really?
Yes.
The art in is great, and the way they use the bees to do the intrusive thoughts is pretty phenomenal.
And my favorite part is this color palette changes when he is playing. It's not D&D. It's called something else.
It's D&D.
But it's basically D&D. The color palette changes when he's playing. It's more colorful.
That's so cool.
I loved it.
Because he's more in his element.
Are you ready, Tommy, to take my
Sorry,
place?
I was moving manga. I didn't realize what time it was.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I stopped moving manga because there was a guy looking back there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was going to finish it.
Absolutely.
after this.
Hi.
Yeah, we just moved on. I didn't know where you went.
Yeah, I got distracted.
Squirrel.
Yeah. I've been moving books all day. I'm tired.
Huh.
So thinking brain not work.
I moved a book from here to here. You know what? We're going to start here. This is where we're going to start. We are going to start at the X-Men Hellfire Gala, number 1 for 2023. So I haven't read an X-Men book in years.
It's been like 2 years for me.
And for me, it's been 10.
Yeah.
When's the last time Whedon wrote a X-Men?
Oh God, that was like 20. That was
20
a long
years?
time ago. Yeah.
So I don't read X-Men books often, but I read this one because I knew that they were going to explain the whole Miss Marvel stuff, right?
And they did. First
And
page.
they did. Yep. It was the first few pages.
Yep.
We got the Miss Marvel stuff out of the way. And then from there, it has been one of the craziest things that I have read in a long time.
Yeah, same.
I get it's comics, and I get that people can die and people can come back all the time, but holy moly.
There's a lot of death and destruction in this book. This party did not go as planned.
Did not go. Spoiler alert. But if you want to read how Miss Marvel's playing into her whole mutant stuff and everything, we get all that. We get how the Scott stuff, right? We get everything that you would want, but man, if this was the craziest thing I've read.
Neither one of us really expected what happened in this book.
No,
because like the whole thing is like the gala is to to vote for the new team of X-Men for the year. And
Right.
oh boy,
And they did.
They did.
They got around to the
there
vote.
there is certainly a team.
And
Yep.
if you
Man.
if you like the X-Men or sort of kind of like the X-Men, you probably should read this.
Yeah, it was
Like, just-
it was a wild ride.
Just go somewhere, find it. Get it.
Yeah,
Because it's insane.
yeah, it is.
So I'm good now for like another 20 years on the X-Men. It's like, it's nuts. I will tell you though, you'll probably want to read the next issue after this if you read this.
Yeah,
Which I'm not, because
I am like
he
I'm
suckered in.
pretty sure
I
X-Men
am not.
25 is the next issue, and it
It
comes out
is.
next week, and I plan to read it
It
because
is.
I need to know.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It is. It was nuts.
yeah, it was a wild
It's
ride.
like, what the?
Speaking of wild rides,
I think my one-line review on that book was literally what didn't happen in this book.
Yeah.
So if you go to Threads, I'm going to plug Threads. If you go to Threads, I'm doing one-line reviews again, and
You're on Threads.
Richmond Comics is on Threads.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's been all
Okay.
them.
I
It's
was
been
like,
all
oh,
them.
I did not know that.
yeah, I do. So I used to do one-line reviews. Oh, Tess is back, everyone.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Tess is back. So yeah, so Phoebe doesn't have to worry tonight. Tess is back. Phoebe's trying to herd cats the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I used to do one-line reviews a long time ago, but it was harder because we only got all of our books on Tuesday. But now I'm able to get our books on Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I can do, so we're doing a whole bunch of line. Yeah, so if you're on Threads,
Oh,
you're on Threads, Tess.
fascinating. Okay.
Yep.
I'll re-download it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Threads is what Twitter was when I got on Twitter
Mhm.
15 years ago or whatever.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
It's
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, my one-line review was what didn't happen in the X-Men book. So it was insane.
Yeah.
So next up is I didn't read, but it is Ultimate Invasion #2 that Tommy read.
2 issues in, I still have no idea what's happening.
I think that's the point, right?
Yeah, I mean it's Hickman. Like I trust him to tell a good story, and this like there's a lot going on. Like the Maker as a villain who honestly I think he thinks he's God.
Oh, he 100%.
Yeah.
He's always thought that,
And
right?
he certainly acts like it, and he's doing some stuff in this book that is super shenanigans. I don't want to spoil too much because I feel like anything I say about this book is going to be a spoiler. Just know that it's a wild ride, almost as wild as the X-Men Gala. Like it's a whole lot of crazy stuff happening.
Well, it is Hickman, and
Yeah.
back to all that. So
Yeah. Anyway, Ultimate
And-
Invasion has been.
and this is the one of 2 Hitch books this week,
Oh yeah,
which is
that's
crazy,
wild,
right?
man. Hitch. I assume he started on these books 5 years ago,
That's
so
my
that they would come
assumption.
out on time.
that's my assumption because I love Brian Hitch. Like
Same.
his,
I'm a
his
fan.
stuff is great, but yeah, he takes his time.
I saw an interview. He said that after Ultimates 2, he had this big like 8-page gatefold thing that he like got halfway done and was like, I don't like it, and he scrapped it and started all over like 5 times. So that book was like 8 months late or something. And he was like, I learned a lesson. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be done.
And so I remember going and seeing, this was years ago now, right? Like I've been going to cons for years. So this was many years ago. I went and saw Adam Hughes at his table, and that's when he was selling his sketches for like nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And he would sit there at his table and he would draw like this figure, and he would hate it and he would throw it away. And it was like the most beautiful thing that you ever saw.
Artists are weird,
But
man.
but it was like, I'm like, a bad Adam Hughes
Yeah.
is still like 100 times better than almost anything else
A
out
million
there,
times
right?
better than a good Tom King drawing.
Tom King drawings are classic.
Tom King drawings are classic.
They are.
Like,
Okay.
I'm just below a Tom King drawing,
Yeah, same.
but
I can stick figure-ish.
but still, it's the capes. It's the capes for me. All right. Anyway, next up is Amazing Spider-Man 30, which is the final battle between Spider-Ock and Doc Ock. You better get Phoebe a shirt.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was late, Rachel, and I will get you a Discovery shirt.
That's what this show's all about.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this is the final part of this, but this is not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about that in issue 31 is the first appearance in costume is Mary Jane as Jackpot.
Yeah.
And it just went to a second printing.
Huh.
So folks, I'm going to restate that. This is issue 30 that comes out tomorrow. Issue 31, which is not tomorrow, just went back to a second printing. Explain comics. This is why we sit there and go when people ask us questions. How does this industry work? We have no idea. We have no idea. We just roll the die someday and then hopefully.
Like I started working in a comic shop in 1993-ish, 94-ish. And I still have no idea what this industry does.
No idea. We've got nothing. Yeah, we have absolutely no idea. But anyway, this is the finale, the finales of the Spider-Ock Doc Ock, which actually has been a somewhat decent story.
Yeah, Doc Ock's like trying to mess with Norman and trying to kill Spider-Man, and is just Norman's been a lot of fun. Like, I don't know. This issue, Norman was my MVP in this issue.
By far.
Every scene he was in, he stole.
By far.
Yeah.
Especially if you're reading Amazing Spider-Man, issue 29 ended where Doc Ock injecting Norman with
the Goblin
serum again. And the first 2 pages of this book is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's great.
Like after that, nothing else really mattered. But Norman.
So like this isn't a spoiler.
Why do I like Norman?
This isn't a spoiler because it's on the cover, but Peter's using the Doc Ock's old arms. And like the arms corrupt him a little bit, and he and Doc Ock keep calling each other adult. And I don't know why it cracked me up. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I just still like the fact that the old arms is J. Jonah Jameson's pets.
Yeah. Jonah and then the old Ock arms are pals.
Yeah. They just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
It's
chill. Weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But 31 is when we go back to the Tombstone.
Tombstone. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. Oh, finally.
Good old Tombstone.
Like the first story arc, I absolutely loved. And then since issue 7, I've been waiting to get back to it.
But we'll probably get a handful of issues, and then we get the Gang War.
Yeah.
Gang War in
I'm
October,
so excited. Yeah.
November, something.
I think it kicks off in October, and then November, December,
January.
January, and then like the finale is in February, like first week of February, I think. But I loved the other gang wars that happened in Amazing Spider-Man when I was a kid. The fact that Tombstone is prominent, and I think he might be one of the good guys in this one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited for it.
And
Plus,
next up,
Mayor Luke Cage. Luke Cage is involved.
Yeah, so Luke Cage gets a miniseries, 4-issue miniseries. Spider-Woman's getting a 4-issue miniseries. Shang-Chi is getting a miniseries.
Yeah, it's,
right, yeah.
Like all the street level heroes are involved in this somehow.
Daredevil,
I'm hyped for it.
Yeah. It's all through there.
Yeah.
Hey, another book that I didn't read yet. I'm reading. I will read the Avengers #3. So this is the rebooted, all new Avengers.
Yep. And like this is one of those where first page you jump in and both feet are already in the story. Like they don't really do a lot of setup here. They're just like, here you go. Here is the existential threat to humanity, and here are the Avengers. Let's fight.
I mean, we've gotten to the point where we know who the Avengers are, right?
Yeah.
Like we spent the first issue putting the team together, so you know who they are. We wrap that up in issue 2. So we're just going to get into
I love it. They've created a new team of like cosmic level threats. They're city killers.
Ooh, city killers.
And the designs are wild. And
holy moly.
Yeah. Yeah, the designs are crazy on them, and they all kill cities in a different way, and they all have like murderous themes that they go on while they're destroying these cities. And like at the end of the last series, I guess T'Challa made everybody mad, and then Carol invited him to be on the team, even though everybody's mad at him. And so, like,
that was because he made everyone mad. She invited him.
Yeah. So she's like, "All right, do the thing," and he's like, actually." And so, like, her first order as the leader of the Avengers, he's like, "Hold on, wait a minute," and she's like, "I will." Anyway, it was good. It was interesting. It was very violent. Every book this week is very violent.
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
I know. I know.
Buzzing was not violent.
But there were bees.
There were bees, though.
Ugh.
Make my hand swell up. So next up is Night Terrors number 2. So a whole nother slew of Night Terrors came out. One came out this week, and then we get technically this is the 3rd issue.
Yeah.
It's the 2nd issue. Don't worry about
it. I said before that it was good, but it wasn't for me. It's growing on me. This one, I don't know. I think like undead Golden Age Sandman working with dead man possessing Batman's body. I don't know.
It works.
It works. It's so good.
Yeah. And I think my favorite Night Terror book was Harley Quinn number 1 this week. Teenie Howard is still writing it, and so it's tying into what her and Sweeney Boo was already doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Night Terror book, but it still ties into that whole multiverse. Vorpal fish.
Vorpal fish. Yes.
Corporal fish, sir. Yeah, the fish. So it still ties into all that. And then Titans was actually pretty good because the nightmare there is Titan Tower. Titan Tower itself doesn't like the Titans.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't read it. I had all of them set aside. I didn't have time to read a lot this week.
And then there was one more that was pretty good. Oh, the Detective was pretty good. So Detective was really about Jim Gordon. So it was a Gordon story, and so his is kind of where he's feeling old and everything's happened and he feels like he's falling apart. And so basically his nightmare makes him start literally falling apart. So it's actually pretty. And then the Insomnia has his Hellions take over the old his old Batman armor.
Oh,
and that's running rampant through Gotham.
His tick armor.
Yeah. I liked him as Batman.
That was my favorite Batman story of the New 52 was Gordon as Batman.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed.
I loved it. Yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed that. The next up, Violence, is Berserker: Poetry of Madness.
This is my pick of the week. The first half of it is just violent, bloody, gory mess,
and then the second half is just violent, bloody, gory.
But it's
takes place in Atlantis.
It's Atlantis. Yeah, we find out why Atlantis went away.
We do find out why Atlantis went away.
Also, Cthulhu's in the public domain now, so
Yep. So basically, it's Berserker versus.
Yeah, this book is wild.
It's a wild, wild book. It was definitely.
I wasn't sure what we were gonna get with the one shots. I knew it was like snippets of his history, but man, if the rest of them are as good as this one, I am more hyped than I thought for this.
Yeah, this was, I think, because it takes place in the past, right? So like the 12-issue series took place now.
Yeah,
where these are taking place like his other lives.
Yeah, the 12-issue series, we got flashbacks and stuff, but it was him remembering his past where he couldn't remember it. And this is just like a snapshot in time of what's happening with him at that particular moment in time.
Yeah, I guess it's like a 20-year span where he's in Atlantis.
Yep.
And then you find out why.
Yeah.
Why Atlantis
really cool.
Crashed and burned.
Yep.
The next is The Seasons Have Teeth, number 4. So we finally get to winter. So this is the final issue of this series. And we've gone through all the other seasons, but now we get to winter.
So I finished this. I love the first 3 issues, and I love the story that they're telling. And I got to the end of this book. I read it last night, and I was like, I sat with it for a while thinking about it. Like it's the kind of book that you're gonna like go back to, just thinking about like the themes and like what happens, and so good. It has layers on layers going on in this book.
Yeah, I think this book will play differently now that this issue's come out, and like when the trade comes out, I'll reread the trade. I'm not going to go back and reread it now because I have no idea where the other 3 issues are. So, but I'll read it when the trade comes out because I had something in mind, right?
Yeah,
like I had an ending in mind that made 100% sense, and
that is not what we got.
That is not what we got.
No, and
so I am pretty sure that Dan Waiters.
I'm not sure.
We'll go with Waiters. It's 2 T's. Watters. Okay, well, Waters then. I don't know.
With haters.
I am awful with names, so we're just going with that.
The guy that did Homesick Pilots.
Right.
That's the question.
I don't know.
I have no idea. You know how long ago I read Homesick Pilots? It's been more than a month. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's laughing at a whole bunch of people. He goes, ha ha.
Yeah.
Because that is not where that initially was going. But it was, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed even the way it ended.
Yeah.
It's just not what I was expecting.
I finished the last issue and I was like, did I like that? And I had to really like dwell on it and think about it for a while. I was like, yeah.
Now Now the main character tried to make it end the way I wanted it to end. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He tried very hard, but it did not happen.
Yep.
And then my pick of the week, which seems really odd, but it is an oversized book. So is Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor by Mark Waid. And hey, it's Brian Hitch. And it's Kevin Nolan who did he did the inks.
Oh, I didn't even look. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Mark Waid, Brian Hitch, and Kevin Nolan.
Wow.
Who
That
did
is
this
a superstar
book.
team.
It is.
Man.
And the book pays off, right? It is oversized. See? Oversized.
Yep.
Because it's a black label. And it is the most evil of evilest Luthors that you've ever read. And
Yep. This is like the Lex from Super Friends. He is just unrepentantly evil. He likes to kill people. He enjoys creating chaos and mayhem. And he believes himself to be the smartest man on the planet.
And he likes his purple and green.
He does like purple and green. It's true.
He does like his, but this book was really well done, which I expected. It's just the way he manipulates everything.
Yeah.
Right. Like Luthor's dying. He wants Superman for help is the base premise. Now, how he gets Superman to help him is he tries to wipe out an entire island.
It's Lex. Superman
know.
shows up and rips the thing open, and Lex is like, "Hey, man, what's up? I just need to get your attention." What?
And so he's basically betting on Superman. He's basically betting on Superman to find a way to save him so he could kill Superman. Like it's insane, but it's
he's completely transparent.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, you're gonna save me because you are who you are, which is insufferable.
Right.
Yeah. Like he 100% is very open about it. Like, I want you to save my life, and then later on, we're gonna fight some more. And Superman's like,
and then Superman takes him to his fortress of solitude in the Arctic. And Luthor goes in and he sees all of the stuff that Superman has. And he goes, I never took you as a hoarder.
Yeah. Lex is like really funny and sarcastic in this.
Yeah. As he's being completely evil.
Yeah.
Evil.
And you know, it's like he knows how to manipulate Superman because of course you would. Like he's just good.
Yeah.
He's going to do everything he can to save everyone, even Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he even uses social media in there to
Oh yeah, that was fun.
to basically manipulate Superman. So it was very, very, very well done.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stuff. I mean, that's just a minuscule amount of the books that we're talking about, but there's a ton of stuff coming out this week. So
Yeah, it's a big week.
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
a lot. Yeah,
So-
I have a giant stack of books to read that I just haven't had time to get to.
Like Boom has got the Alice and
Oh, yeah.
Wonderland or
The
whatever.
new Alice.
The new the volume 2.
Yes,
Yes, Alice Ever After. Yeah,
Yep.
that thing.
Yep.
So yeah, that's coming out. So I'm looking forward to that, which I'm intrigued by that one because I'm not sure how she's the main character in the second one. In volume 2. Did
Yeah.
you read volume 1?
It's on the large list of things to be read.
Well, things didn't end well at the end of volume 1 for the main character. So I'm not really sure how that's doing. And then there's the Pure Evil, which is Merc Andolfo and is it Babs?
I can't remember who's writing it.
Hey dear, who's drawing the Pure Evil? Look in Tommy's stack to your right.
Should be on top, I think.
Yeah, I think
But
it is.
it's like it's per evil. It's a bunch of cats. I don't know.
It's about
weird.
cats and stuff.
Braga?
Laura Braga. Okay, sorry, I couldn't remember. That's why I stopped.
And Dolph was writing it?
Yep, and Dolfo's writing it, and Laura Braga is the artist.
Okay, I had those reversed.
Yeah.
In my head.
And Dolfo, she does a lot of writing,
Yeah.
and so a lot of that. So
Yeah. There's like 47,000 number ones this week from indie publishers that I have in my stack to read and I didn't.
what? Oh yeah, you have all those other.
Yeah, AWA has a new
Yeah.
number one this week.
Scout had one,
Scout had I think
2 or 3, right?
yeah, Scout had 2 or 3.
There's a lot.
But there's
New previews comes out tomorrow too.
new previews. But the new AWA book is Straczynski and Deodato,
Oh really?
the Ribbon Queen. Yeah.
Uh,
So I have no idea what it's about, but with that creative team, it can't be bad. Just impossible.
Huh.
So
well, Tess, you haven't been here in a couple of weeks, so it's fashion show time.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Jeans and a t-shirt.
What? It's a Heartstopper shirt.
Heartstopper.
It is.
What's that?
I know, right?
Yes. Whatever is that, Tess?
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
I'm familiar with heart stoppage, but that usually
Oh, no.
ends badly.
Yeah, that usually. Yeah, that's usually a whole
Yeah.
different round.
Oh my goodness.
All right, you want to show stupid item of the week?
Yep.
This is to me Tess's big announcement online was basically that Tess is back.
Yes, but that was not what we
This
intended.
excited
So
me.
I'm gonna set this up. I have a friend, Nick, who I got a text from. Was it Sunday? I guess Sunday
It
night.
was Sunday night.
And he was like, "Hey, did you know about this?" And I was like, "No."
Here, know about this.
Yeah, Midlothianopoly.
There's a Midlothianopoly. Did y'all know about this? Because no one told us about this. And on Midlothianopoly, which is just insane in itself. Hey, it's Richmond Comics. So we are actually on a Monopoly board or a Midlothianopoly board.
I don't know how true this is, but Gregory answered the phone today. Richmond Comics, the only comic book shop on a Monopoly game.
He did do that.
Did he do
Yeah, he did that several times today. So I laughed every time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yep. So us and the Midlothian Book Exchange
Yep.
is on this.
And fades and blades.
And Fades and Blades,
Fades
yeah.
and Blades, yeah. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And your Brightpoint. Your
Yep.
Brightpoint's on here.
I know. Stupid.
So it's got to be relatively new.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Fades and Blades is
They've been around.
since right before the pandemic. And we've
But
been around
Brightpoint
for
just changed their name
Brightpoint-
last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Brightpoint
Yeah.
is on here. There's a lot of cards in here about traffic.
Yeah.
So obviously everyone hates Midlothian. Whoever designed this hates Midlothian traffic.
So instead of go to jail, it's traffic jam.
Yeah. I opened up the cards last night and flipped through it because I was curious at what else was in there. But this is the craziest thing I ever seen. So my first comment to Tommy is that I don't know whether to be kind of like, hey, that's cool, or upset that I have to buy a Monopoly game.
Technically, he bought 2.
I did buy 2. Bought one for Tommy, and then I bought mine, and I took it home last night and opened it. So, because it's insane. Because Richmond Comics is on the Monopoly board, which is insane, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
the one of the most craziest things, and we had no idea. Like, not until Nick texted you, and
Yeah.
like, we had no idea. You know about this? I have no idea. I still have no idea about this.
But if you want one, where were they?
They were Walgreens. Walgreens has
Of all
tons
places.
of them of all places.
Yeah.
They have a whole end cap. It's an entire end cap. There was like tons and tons of these. So I went in there first thing Monday morning, and they were right there, just rows on the end cap. Like I knew they were doing this for Richmond because I remember the article earlier this year. But obviously they did it for Midlothian.
Cool.
Which the only way to become mayor of Midlothian is to get this game and draw the mayor of Midlothian card. Because Midlothian doesn't have a mayor. So I do like the fact that Sycamore Square is is one of the big cards in here.
Yeah.
It and downtown Midlothian, which we're in downtown Midlothian.
Yeah. It's not a village anymore, is it? It used to be the village of Midlothian.
Yeah, I don't think we're a village anymore.
Yeah, I think there's too many people
Yeah,
now.
I think all the idiots did a different thing. So now it's a city of idiots instead of a village of idiots.
Because when I started working,
when you have one idiot, it's a village.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, when you have multiple idiots, it's a city.
and I do drive in Midlothian traffic often, and yes.
But yes, there's a Richmond Comics. Well, I'm still flabbergasted.
It is very cool.
It is very cool. It's just
I had planned
Wow.
to never buy another Monopoly game in my life.
I planned to never buy another game in my life.
Fair.
And yet here we are.
Yeah.
100%. Here we are. That was of all the things going on Sunday in my life, I never expected to wake up Monday and go hunt a Monopoly game first thing Monday morning.
I might have to buy one now.
It's like it's insane. I'm like, at least they didn't use logos, but I guess they had to be cheap.
Yeah. I think they probably would have needed permission to use the logo.
I would assume.
Yeah.
But like it's still not like that means somebody had to had in the shopping center, right? Or like be a fan. Like
Yeah.
how else would you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we know who made it?
No, I have no idea.
The company that
I mean-
manufactured it is in Ohio, according to the back of the box.
But they're the ones that do almost all the Opoly games.
right. But so
So-
someone local had to make it
Mm.
and then have them produce it.
Hmm.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Like I can't imagine someone in Ohio
Yeah, me neither.
at this
Yeah.
company did it. Like, hey, you know what looks good here? Fades and Blades and Richmond Comics. What? Sure. Why
I
not?
kind of feel bad for Battlegrounds because they put the bookstore in that shopping center on here, but not them.
Yeah, well, that bookstore though has been around.
That's true. It's been
forever.
around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've been around forever. Like Fades and Blades is the one that.
Yeah, that's the one that I
Yeah.
was like, interesting.
But I mean, I'm sitting there going, I guess there's not a ton of. Like if you look at the two bookstores in Midlothian,
Yeah.
I mean, because it's retail, right? So it's a
Mhm.
retail segment on that game. So if you're looking at retail, there's really not many retailers in Midlothian that's been here longer than Book Exchange and us.
There's that weird place that sells coins and rocks.
Yeah, that place has been here forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that place has truly been here forever because
Yeah.
it was there when we moved in. That I can remember.
I love that story.
I've never been in it. I drive past it all the time.
Like we've outlived, other than Candela's.
Yeah.
We've outlived every store in this shopping center. Candela's is the only store that was here when we moved in. That's still here.
Yeah.
So that's it. Kmart. I love my Kmart.
I remember like people were real mad when Tuesday morning moved out.
Well, Tuesday morning was forced out.
Oh,
Tuesday morning didn't move out.
Oh,
Tuesday
oh,
morning.
was that Kroger related?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Tuesday morning was Kroger related. Yes. That was 100%. There's a good story there too, actually, because Tuesday morning was not happy.
So there was a pet store in here called Noah's Pets. And like 8 years after they closed, I had somebody come in and be like, "What happened to Noah's Pets?" I was like, "It's been like 8 years, man. Did you just get a new pet? I don't understand."
It's like the people who come in here. You're not going to have any Magic gaming tables? Not in 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years since we've done that.
But to be fair, also people are like, "Oh, I've lived around the corner for 86 years. I didn't know you were here." I was like, "We were not." I told somebody this
Happens
yesterday.
every week.
I was like, "I didn't mean to hide.
Yeah.
We wanted you to know we were here."
Yep. And then
Wow.
the other cool thing this week is we actually have fake rock around our our column outside now.
Oh my god! Some lady came and took a bunch of the rocks from that pile of rocks. That's just
Oh,
right up
really?
there. We watched her lug like 4 or 5 of
The
them.
concrete?
The concrete blocks.
Wow.
It was the funniest thing.
Huh. Well, that's why we didn't put a gate around that.
That's all they're doing. Is just, like-
Yeah, did you see it? It finished?
And Barnaby does get his new little.
So yeah, they did at the bottom. So I guess about like what 2 feet, 3 feet high.
Yeah, something.
They-
Like
they-
Barnaby.
Put a wrap around it that it looks nice. They're
Yeah.
trying to make it look
they're trying to make it look like the place across the street.
yeah.
So they're fitting the aesthetics of the new center that's gone in across the street. So you can kind of tell.
Are they gonna do the big one?
I don't know. That was the first one they did. They were here when I got here yesterday morning at about 9:30. They were already here, and they quit working on it around 4 or 5. And when I got here this morning at 8:45,
Yeah, they're
they were out there working on it still. So it took them 2 days to do one of
Well,
them.
you know how long it took them to do the sidewalk, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
yeah,
Still
but
technically not done.
if they're going to do all of those that way,
yeah, it's gonna take forever. But it was a crew. There were 3 of them. 2 of them were working really hard, and one of them was standing near them talking a lot. So it
Oh.
was
You
a
mean
real
the
work
guy
crew.
holding up his phone to the window like he was taking my picture the whole time?
Oh, I didn't see that
I
guy.
mean, he wasn't near me, but
Yeah.
it was weird.
Well,
so yes, they're continuing on the aesthetics here
yeah.
in the shopping center.
Allegedly, sometime this summer we're getting a new parking lot, which would be nice because I hope they pave the back because the giant potholes in the back are starting to get dangerous.
No, you know they're not going to pave. If they pave the back, they're going to pave around all the trash cans back there. I bet because they're not going to move them.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you're probably right,
So I hope they don't do that.
man.
It's 7:45.
What?
it?
Well, I mean, you did show up 20 minutes late.
Well, it says 38 minutes.
Oh, that's because you showed up 20 minutes late.
I was working.
Oh,
Like,
oh, your life's hard.
did you pull all the light novels out?
I didn't do that. I made enough space where I didn't need to do that yet. Next time we need to make space. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, what are you gonna do with those?
I don't know.
Bonfire.
That's why I didn't move them because yesterday when we were like, what do we do? And we were both like, I don't know. So I was like, I'm going to leave them.
We're going to burn books.
You can just give them to me. I'll take them.
You know what we can do? We can do the whole fishing line thing with a book on the end. Tess.
I'm gonna be there too.
Yes, Harry.
Yes, please.
Get your dollar. Get your dollar. All right.
It's true.
Well, we'll try to be on time next week.
Yeah, sorry
Actually,
about
really, it wasn't all Tommy's fault. We actually had customers.
that.
So there was kids all digging in
Oh,
our
yeah.
station here.
They had like the floor covered with Pokemon.
There was Pokemon everywhere, man.
Yeah.
It was an explosion.
that happened yesterday too with different kids.
So, but
yeah.
anyway, so they had to pack up and then all that. So, but anyway, that's it for tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to drag out the Midlothianopoly every week now. Just cause.
Yeah, I joked
We
and
should
I was
play
like,
it 1 week.
instead, we don't need to read books this week. We can just play Monopoly.
Oh God, no.
Can we?
Next week I'll bring the card though. I've opened mine, so I'll
Yeah,
bring the
I'm
open
gonna
stuff.
open mine too. I haven't had time. Today has been crazy.
All right. Anyway, Tess is telling us to go, so
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bye.
Bye.